Establish a city design and architectural review board. This is probably the most controversial one that we'll have in here, and it is without question in its infancy. We don't have anything that I've seen that will describe this. We don't intend it to be, speaking for myself and from conversations I've had with council members, we don't intend it to be as stringent as the city of Charleston downtown. They're not similar in that. However, we do have a lot of history in North Charleston. While the city is only 37 years old, thank you, Mayor Warren, the development in the area goes back more than 100 years. The naval base was established in 1904. We have, as some of you may know, the first historic district in North Charleston that we adopted more than a year ago in the old North Charleston neighborhood, south of East Montague, east of Sproul Avenue, and it stops at Bustad. That is the historic district recognizing the first homes that were developed in North Charleston. And we have some architectural standards, some demolition standards, some new construction standards in there. So what this is considering is looking at architectural standards for those traditional historic neighborhoods. Once again, we want to encourage redevelopment, higher density infill in the older neighborhoods, but we want it to be compatible, we want it to be sustainable, we want it to be something we're all proud of. So this is a step towards that. Don't know when it will be implemented. We want to improve affordable housing, also in the southern part of the city in those older neighborhoods. What this is to provide incentives, not mandates, but incentives for affordable housing in redevelopment and in new development, inclusionary zoning with density and other potential bonuses for including affordable housing in developments. We're developing a commercial corridor overlay. This is the Rivers Avenue, Greenmount Road area. Again, extending the overlay districts that we've got on Worcester and Highway 78 into our other commercial corridors. This is the Transfer of Development Rights Program. It's been very controversial, been around a long time. The Air Force has been after the city for a long, long time. Mayor Warren may have been around when you were mayor, I don't know, about reducing the development in what they call the accident potential zones and the other terminology that they use. But the city, in my tenure, has resisted simply denying the right to development because there are property rights in this country. One of the things we were founded on, property rights in South Carolina have always been very important. So we weren't interested in simply banning development. We told the Air Force, you want no development, then you come by the land. So what we've come up with through the joint land use study with the Air Force and COG, I believe, was involved in that, is a method to transfer development rights from the red areas, you see, the accident potential zones, into what we call receiving areas, where we want to encourage that dense infill redevelopment. Those are the green areas you see on the map. So it would transfer from the Stall Road, the Ashley Phosphate Road corridor on Rivers Avenue, down to the area of Greenmount Road, on the upper left, around the edge of the air base, and then in the center, you also see. What that would allow is, again, to restrict development in those red accident potential zones, but it would allow for the transfer of those through bonus densities and other methodologies we have not finalized yet into the receiving areas. It meets dual goals. It doesn't take away the land rights for existing development. And it only would apply to future development. If there's a project under development now, it wouldn't be stopped, wouldn't be halted, wouldn't be told we have to stop now. This would be for future development to transfer those property rights to other areas in the city, so it becomes something that can be sold and then investment recovered. I'm excited about that. I think it's a good solution to a potential problem that's been around for a long time. Developing and adopting an infill development ordinance is complementary to the things I've been talking about, which would encourage redevelopment in the center city. This is something I want to spend a little bit of time on, the Lansing Revitalization Plan. It arises from the agreement with the Ports Authority for the development of the Port Old Naval Base. They funded a total of $4.8 million, if I remember correctly. Does that sound right, Elizabeth? To fund studies and some programs in the southern part of the city, represented by the 7 Lansing neighborhoods. Low Country Alliance for Model Communities, Lansing, Acme, Short Cherokee, 5 Mile, Howard Heights, Liberty Hill, Union Heights, and Windsor. Those areas receive that amount of money through the port agreement, focused on impacts to the human environment as part of the human community mitigation element of the port's permit with the Corps of Engineers. The first of its kind in the nation, where they focused on human impacts rather than merely the natural environmental impacts. The money is to be divided up this way: $1 million for housing trust, $600,000 Maritime Training Institute to help the people in the neighborhoods impacted impacted the most by the port to have careers in the industry, expanded healthcare and fitness, support programs that assist qualified local vendors to get business through the port, improving existing community centers in those neighborhoods, supporting educational attainment through other education programs, environmental receptors to monitor noise, air quality, lighting, and vibration impacts, and to develop a master plan and community vision. That is underway right now. The group, firm called EDAL, was contracted by the city on behalf of LAMC and the Mitigation Approval Commission that the city adopted to receive money to do analysis of community inputs. And there will be on November 7th at the Military Magnet School, 10 a.m., a presentation of the draft report that EDAL has come up with, and I would invite you to come see that. November 7th, 09, 10 a.m. at the Military Magnet. Overall, in this effort in North Charleston, we have 19 ordinances being updated after the comp plan. 6 have been submitted and approved so far. 6 will probably go to the Planning Commission this month, and then they'll be making their way on council. Of course, you can have input at the Planning Commission level and input in the public hearings in front of City Council. These are a summary of all the changes in the zoning ordinance. One other thing I want to mention that I'm very proud of is the East Montague Overlay District that we adopted back in the early summer. It allows for sidewalk dining. We decided to do that as a pilot project through the zoning ordinance as an overlay zoning district. And it allows for sidewalk dining on those wide sidewalks in East Montague. It extends up to the company's Garden project of O'Hare Avenue. And it allows what is an element of ambience all over the world. And it's working very well, and I'm proud of it. Haven't been any problems so far. I invite you to come try it. We have, I think, 3 restaurants so far that are taking advantage of that, and more to come. One last thing I want to invite you to, in my capacity as a member of the Carnot board, this Thursday, 2 days from now, we will be having a presentation in the committee room here at City Hall of the Carnot Intermodal Center. You'll be able to see the current architectural look of that building. The Intermodal Center, as you may recall, is in that triangular area of about 30 acres, bounded by East Montague, Dorchester Road, and North Warren Park on the other side of East Montague. We have been working hard to develop the Intermodal Center, move the Amtrak station there, move the bus station there, have rental car facilities, Carnot offices, a park and ride lot, a Carnot bus route, super stop, and the Carnot Express routes coming there. And we've got an exciting presentation right about from Davis and Floyd's here. They've done a wonderful job. Please come out from 6 to 8 this Thursday in the committee room just down the hall here. Take a look at those plans, give us any feedback and comments that you have so that we can move forward with that exciting project. Again, thank you so very much for coming to North Charleston. One last thing I want to mention, in our concepts of sustainability, redesign, and reuse, I want you to meet David Cross. He's sitting over there on the end of that road back there. He's with a company called SG Blocks. North Charleston pioneered the use of containers, shipping containers as a building element for housing, I think about, 5 years ago, Dave?
Yes, sir.
Which we did as a demonstration project using CDBG money, and I hope you've heard about it and seen it, but it proved the concept that it's a wonderful architectural idea that had been used before. It proved that it can be a sustainable, inexpensive housing reuse. Dave Cross is the guy to prove that. If you haven't met him, please meet him and talk to him about this exciting project. Thank you for your time, and be happy to answer your questions.